Hey everybody, this is Mr. Silverwolf ST. Let's play Oblivion. Alright. We are on our way from Way to Coral, or to Waynon Priory. From Way to Waynon. Let's go see about it. Should be just over the hill. Well, it's not really steel blue Intaloma, so I'm not really excited. Intaloma are little mushrooms. They're like blue-gray. They're not this. This is Amanita. Amanita's okay, but it's not steel blue Intaloma. Why is steel blue Intaloma so important? Magic. I've arrived at Waynon Priory. Now I must take the Amulet of Kings to Joffrey. Speaking of steel blue Intaloma, found some.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm the shepherd here. Eranor's the name. And this is Waynon Priory.
Alright. Looking for Joffrey.
If he's not sleeping or eating, he'll be fussing with his books, I reckon, over in the Priory house.
Alright. Got any rumors?
I can't believe that Glisto would live with that Malintus Ancrus. Shameful. And her being such a lovely girl.
I think we got small town
Good day.
prejudices going on. You're not him, right?
Welcome to Waynon Priory, a monastic retreat dedicated to Talos and the Nine Divines. I'm Prior Mayborough, head of our community, and responsible for all our religious and secular affairs.
Who's in charge? Can you tell me more about Priory?
Waynon Priory is a monastery devoted to the praise and worship of Talos and the Nine Divines. Brother Piner, Father Joffrey, and I are members of the Order of Talos. Eranor, a lay brother, tends after the sheep and our little farm.
The Order of Talos.
Our order works to spread the teachings and worship of the divine Talos. Surely you have heard of us. If not, I invite you to spend some time in our fine library. All are welcome here.
Libraries. Tell me about Brother Piner.
Brother Piner is a fine young monk, zealous and energetic. In time, I hope he may add patience and prudence to his list of virtues.
In other words, he needs to calm down. Eranor?
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take care of that in a moment. I'll give you a nice, happy zap.
Be seeing you. Good day.
Yes, good day. Tell me about Eranor now.
Surprised by Eranor's uncanny way with sheep? Perhaps it would interest you to know that Eranor's sister, Dagale in Leowyn, is an accomplished spellcrafter.
Eranor's adopted or half-sister, Dagale, is the head of the Leowyn Guild. What do you know about the Blades?
The Emperor's elite knights. They dedicate themselves to Talos above and the Septims here on Earth. The loss of the Emperor must be a terrible blow to them.
You know it. I'm looking for Joffrey.
You'll most likely find him in the library.
Okay. Ironically, same thing, Eranor. Good day. Waynon House. This place stood in the Second Era too. It's not as laid out exactly the same. There are parts of it's been changed, but still here. Still here.
Hello. I'm Brother Joffrey. Can I help you?
Hello. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I brought you the Amulet of Kings. The Emperor sent me to find you. The Emperor sent me to find you.
Emperor Uriel? Do you know something about his death?
He gave me the Amulet of Kings.
You brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it.
We're going to give it to him.
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
Tell the Emperor's last words.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
His meaning is unclear to me as well. The Emperor seemed to perceive some threat from the demonic world of Oblivion. The Prince of Destruction, Mehrunes Dagon, is one of the Lords of Oblivion. But the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
How can Oblivion threaten us, then?
I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the imperial city. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark, for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the emperor was aware of.
The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time he would ask about the child's progress. Now it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
Where can I find Uriel's son?
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Okay. You have assistance you can give me?
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
Now he's gonna unlock the chest.
Your first priority now should be to find Martin and bring him back here.
Okay, let me see. So you're still part of the Blades?
Yes, Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard.
Okay. Should we contact the Elder Council, or...?
The Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition.
Yeah.
Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course.
Okay.
We are not an arm of the government.
Understood. So, the whole purpose is to use the amulet to relight the dragon fires. Boris survived, by the way.
One of the youngest Blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard.
Yeah, I agree. So his name is Martin.
He is a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. You need to find him at once and bring him safely back here.
Okay. And the amulet will be safe with you?
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move.
Okay. So we're going to use it to light the dragon fires, though.
The coronation of each new emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One.
Take that as a yes.
The dragon fires of Akatosh remain lit until the death of the Emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries.
Apparently, as soon as the previous emperor dies, the new emperor goes to the temple and performs the ritual. I mean, there is almost no time. Before the old emperor is buried, they are in the temple performing the necessary coronation ritual. Alright, Mehrunes Dagon.
The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity.
Alright then, I'll be on my way.
Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does.
Now, the game will tell you all this. Waste no time. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Go, go, go. But the thing is, you don't have to go anywhere and do anything that you're not ready to do yet. The reality is, okay, that's 200 points. That's 400 points. I don't have enough magic for that, but that's the better one. Alright, let me come in here and use this. Now, I could go straight to Kvatch and deal with this immediately, or I could pal around and deal with Coral. Because really, it doesn't matter how long you take, things are going to happen the same way either way. So I'm probably going to deal with Coral first, or start dealing with Coral first, and then I can make my way south.
I know that you are on an important mission for the Blades. Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
This will allow me to accomplish everything I need to do with the individual towns, and get them cleared, and do things for the guilds as I travel with the main quest. That's a generous offer, thank you.
Go with Talos' blessings. Do not fail.
Primeval's horse is rather sturdy, but not very, not very fast. Mother, I know you're upset, but please. I have important duties here at the Priory, and I can't come to the Imperial City and babysit you. Just stay calm, like Chancellor Okato says, and pray for the Emperor and his sons. No. Mother, what do you expect me to do about it? Come to the city, track down the assassins, and bring them to justice myself? And are there assassins banging on your door? Do you have some reason to think they're coming for you next? Please, don't panic. The assassinations have upset everyone, but you just have to go on with your life. I don't know what it is what you're worried about. Everything is fine here. Everyone is getting on with their business, like the Chancellor says. The Elder Council has everything under control. Certainly you don't expect me to... Mother, good gods, don't go crazy on me. You'd think the streets of the Imperial City were filled with rioters, and the legions were being called out to restore order. We've had no disturbances at all here in Coral, and I've heard of nothing at all in the city or in the other towns. People are doing just as Chancellor Okato said, staying calm, and honoring the memory of the Emperor and his sons by getting along with their lives. Running around like frightened children isn't going to help anyone. I haven't got time to... You can see that he is trying to do this in a way that is not, Mother, please don't worry. The Elder Council knows what it is doing. Uriel was an old man. They knew he wouldn't live forever, and I'm sure they had plans for the succession. Of course, now with the three princes dead, it's not clear who will be the next emperor, but it's happened before. There are precedents, I'm sure. And anyway, Okato and the Council have been running the Empire for the past 15 years, so there's nothing to worry about. Everything will be fine. I don't know what you've read or heard, but here at the Priory, everyone seems to think it must have been madmen or witches or crazy cultists. It doesn't look at all political. It's horrible and depressing, but the Empire will survive. There will not be rioting or civil war or another warp in the West, so please, if you like, go stay with Uncle Kor and Aunt Hara on the farm for a while. But I'm certain you'll be perfectly safe in the city. I'll try to get down to visit as soon as possible, and I hope to hear from you soon. Your loving son, Piner. That was the way to handle it, Piner. You're doing good, bud. But, yeah, dang with the stupid rolling with the... No! You don't roll like that. No! Dang, damn it. Is Piner in the in the chapel? Piner is not in the chapel. Well, thank you, Talos. Of course, that may have just been a general blessing, but nonetheless. Is there anything up here? A building that is too small up here. Use it as a lookout tower, but that's about it. Anyway, yeah, you can see people are upset, but I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but when we play Morrowind, you'll be able to see people were not happy with the Emperor's sons. All three of them were not very well received by the general public at all. They were under the impression that when the Emperor Uriel was held by Jaeger Tharn as a prisoner in Oblivion during the simulacrum, and Jaeger assumed the Emperor's form, that the Emperor's sons were either duplicates or changelings or Daedra that had been swapped in to replace them. And nobody knew about it, or nobody had been able to stop it. And because of that, most people were not open to the idea of the Emperor's sons, any of the Emperor's sons, taking over. And those that were open to the idea were forming,
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry, I'm not causing anything. I'm not talking about anything. I'm doing a Let's Play, hush. Those that did favor the Emperor's son's coronation were beginning to rally behind one of the three, and they were basically fighting a shadow war amongst themselves, which is the reason why Cyrodiil was so unprepared, because different counts and countesses were allied with different princes, since most people were not united behind the heir, Geldal, who was planned to take the throne. So what the Elder Council was actually going to do about it, we don't know. There are certain elements of the Elder Council who seem to be very, very relieved that the Emperor and his three sons, especially, are dead. Until the Oblivion Gates start opening. Countess Valga is the Lady of Coral. However, her deceased husband, Count Karis Valga, was the hereditary lord.
How goes it?
We have reached the city of Coral. The first thing we're going to do is
Safe
go to
travels.
the chapel.
You
Oh,
too.
hello, Brother Piner.
I hope I can help.
We haven't talked. Do you offer me any assistance?
Here, perhaps you will find this useful. One of the books I saved from my blades training. You go into danger. Joffrey didn't tell us any more than that, but know that our prayers go with you.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about Joffrey?
Brother Joffrey? He should be in the Priory House, I think.
Grand Master Joffrey. The Order of Talos.
It isn't widely known, but many brothers of the Order of Talos are also members of the Blades. Chapter houses of the Order, like Wayland Priory, provide safe houses for traveling blades as well as our more public religious functions. Blades who are too old for active service often join the Order as lay brothers. We are honored to have Grand Master Joffrey, or Brother Joffrey as he prefers, as a resident here.
Uh-huh. What about the
The
Blades?
Blades are closely linked to the Order of Talos. We both serve Talos, of course, and many of our brothers are former Blades. I myself was training as a Blade when I received the call to serve Talos in a different way.
What have you heard about the Anvil Chapel attack?
Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. Oh! What next?
What have you heard about this prophet?
He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Devella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself.
Well, thank you for that bit of information.
Good day.
We're going to go over here so that I know next time, because we're running out of time,
Greetings.
to go into the chapel and take care of this.
Yes?
Because the Imperial Mages Guild, as awesome as it is, does not teach a lot of restoration spells of any real substance. None of the healing spells. A lot of the spells they teach are buffing or draining. And I think that's probably by consent with the Council of the Eight, the clergy. So, we're going to go in here, we're going to meet with the church and clergy of Stendar in his chapel, and we're going to gather some basic healing spells before we move on. What the heck was that little graphical twitch? Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mr. Silverwolf SP. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. Comment and tell us what your thoughts are on the process and what we're doing next. We're going to probably join the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild here, although we won't get quests for the Fighters Guild for a while yet. We have to go to either Cheydinhal or Anvil for that. Have a nice day. Try to be kind.